Steph here from Handbagaholic. Now, as you can see with me today, I have this amazing Louis Vuitton OnTheGo bag in the MM size, which is the newly released smaller size of the OnTheGo tote bag. So I also have the larger GM size, which was the original release of the bag. And I thought I would pull this video together today for you so that we can see what fits inside the different size OnTheGo tote bags. And make sure you stay tuned until the end of this video because I will be revealing my #1 choice in terms of size of the OnTheGo tote bag. Now, if you like designer handbags, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I believe you do like designer handbags and there'll be lots more designer handbag amazingness coming your way if you do. So with no further ado, let's take a look at what fits inside the OnTheGo tote bag. Okay, so first let's take a closer look at the new MM size. So it comes with the top handles, like so, and the newer version of this bag actually has plain black leather straps, which can be worn like so. Now the MM size bag, it's exactly the same print as the larger size bag, which I'll show you in a second. Now this bag is approximately 13 inches across here, 10 inches high, and about 5 inches depth. So it's quite a large bag. It's very similar, the MM size is very similar to the Neverfull. I will be doing a comparison coming up next of the Neverfull MM size and the OnTheGo tote bag MM, so make sure you stay tuned because I will link that video at the end of this one. So that is the MM size. Again, it's very similar to the Neverfull. Everyone knows the Neverfull. It's a really nice sized bag. The print probably makes the bag look larger than what it is. But when this bag arrived, I actually thought it was smaller than what I was expecting. But that's not to say that it's too small because it is still a fairly large bag in terms of you can fit quite a lot inside. So I'll show you the GM size now and then we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so this is the GM size. It's a lot bigger and it does way more than the MM. Like physically, just holding the two bags like so, like this is definitely a fair bit heavier and there's nothing inside either of these bags currently. So the print on this bag is exactly the same as the toffee colour, and this is what I love most about this bag is that you can flip it around and it looks totally different. So again, this has so you can hold the bag like so, and again it has, you can't detach these straps, but straps inside the bag, which are really nice. They are just consistent with the reverse monogram. So just to compare the two, this is the new OnTheGo MM and this comes with a black leather straps, but originally the MM did come with these straps, which are the monogram straps. So I'm not sure exactly why they've changed them. I don't know whether these black ones might be thicker than the other ones. I mean, looking at this, they both look similar, but I guess the leather is softer and I like that the leather is in black. Anyway, back to the GM size here. So the size of this bag is 16 inches across, approximately, 13.3 inches high, and 7.5 inches deep. So there's no mistaking that the OnTheGo tote bag in the GM size is a large bag. It's one of the largest bags that I own, but it does mean it's so practical for anything that you want to throw inside of it. It can just fit inside. Your bags will not get much bigger than this. So now let's take a quick look at a side-by-side comparison so you can see the two bags. Okay, so here you have the GM and the MM side by side. So you can see there's a lot less height there when you put them together. In terms of width, the MM is slightly narrower. and just the base of them, you can get an idea there of the size. Both colourways are exactly the same. Both have a dark side and a light side as well. So now let's take a look at what fits inside these on-the-go tote bags. So let's start with the GM size here. Now, I have with me a diary, place that in there, a water bottle, the key one here, a laptop, so you can easily fit a laptop inside of this bag, and there's so much room left, like so much room. So then I have a zippy purse, I have a large book, and you can just see again there's still plenty of room in there for everything else. Now this bag is incredibly heavy with everything that it has inside. Now amazingly, this bag, it feels really great quality, so even though it's got a lot of weight inside, it doesn't feel like the handles are about to pop off, which is one of the best things and testament to the materials that Louis Vuitton uses and the craftsmanship that goes into creating them. But this bag is really heavy now. What I would suggest with the larger on-the-go tote bag, this bag is probably best for, I'll be honest, I feel like this bag is borderline a weekend bag. Like you could, if you didn't want to take a keep-all or you don't have a keep-all, this bag you could probably put everything in it for a weekend. You could put a pair of shoes in here, some clothes, some spare underwear, and you would be absolutely fine. It's just such a big bag. I know a lot of people also choose this bag for if they have a child and they just need to carry everything with them, like wipes, diapers, stuff like that. So again, this bag would be great for that. But it does get very heavy, so that is worth noting, and it is an absolute, like if these straps weren't on it, it would be awful to carry that all the time in your hand. But because you can wear the bag like so, I mean it's heavy, but I could manage with that for a short amount of time. But obviously if you're carrying any weight on any one part of your body for too long, it doesn't matter what bag you put it in, it will start to hurt. So now let's take a look at what fits inside the smaller MM size. Okay, so here we have the MM size. It just feels a lot lighter than the GM anyway, just because it's such a smaller bag. So the main question is, can it fit a laptop inside? So I've got my laptop here, it's the same one that I just put in. Now, I have seen a video on this bag before and they kind of got the laptop in at an angle. So a laptop will, a normal size laptop, I'm just going to move these out of the way, will fit inside the MM size. So you can put it in fairly easily at an angle, but it kind of distorts the bag and makes it look slightly weird because it's like pointing out here and pushing this part of the bag out. So you can fit the laptop in at an angle like so, but one of the things that I did yesterday was just take the laptop and simply just gently move it back so that it sits into either corner. I'll do it this way, like so. So a laptop does fit in the bag, and if you leave the laptop this way in the bag, it doesn't distort it when you put something in. I mean, it does push the sides out slightly. I wouldn't advise storing something like a laptop in this bag for long because it will slightly distort the shape, which is something that you don't want. But if you just carrying a laptop around with you every now and then I think it's absolutely fine. So let's see what else we can fit inside the bag with the laptop in there. So as you can see, there's still plenty of room. I'll start with my diary, my full-size zippy purse, a book, quite a chunky one as well, and a bottle of water. So there you go. It fits everything inside fairly easily. And again, when the bag is carrying this much weight, it is a godsend that these straps have been put on the bag, because it is heavy, again, just due to the sheer weight of the items that are in the bag. Now I'm just going to put both bags on so you can see what they look like being carried. For reference, I am 5'6" in height. So my final review on the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo tote bag, between the MM and the GM size. Now the GM's fantastic if you have to carry a lot round with you. I think it works great as a weekend bag if you're going away and you don't want a keep all, or maybe you just don't need that much stuff. Or if you want, you can mix it up. It could be a weekend bag, it could be a work bag. And I just love the fact that you can flip these bags round and they look so different. Now when the MM arrived, I thought it was maybe a bit too small actually, but I don't know whether that's because I'm used to seeing how big the GM is. But the deal breaker for me was if I could get a laptop in this bag, so I didn't have high hopes. And I didn't like the way, when I watched another video, it distorted the bag. But actually, like I showed you, if you just push it back and leave it to one side, so it pushes into two of the same corners, it actually works perfectly fine. So for me, the fact you can get a laptop in here and pretty much everything else that I would need in a day, the MM is the winner. It's much lighter, it's easier to carry. You know, you could last a lot longer carrying this bag than you would the larger bag, just the sheer weight of the bags in general because of what they're made out of. You know, these aren't the lightest of bags, but they are great quality. So the MM is the size for me, and I'm so happy that I have been able to get one. I also love that the fact that this has the black leather straps as well, because I feel like it's monogram everything. I know some of the older versions of this bag have the monogram straps, but I do like the soft leather. It just sits nicer on the arm and is not even more monogram, because this is monogram enough, I think, personally. Now, let me know what you think. Please leave me a comment below and let me know which size you prefer, the MM or the GM size. Thank you so much for watching my video today on the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo tote bag size comparison. Now, make sure you don't go anywhere, because coming up next, I will link to the video just here. I will be comparing the OnTheGo MM versus a Neverfull MM. Now the OnTheGo retails at £600 more than the Neverfull, so I'll be asking, is it worth it?